We have live team coverage of this tragedy. We start things off with our Evan Hinckley. He has an exclusive interview with a local rabbi who, Evan, was not far from the Tree of Life Synagogue in Squirrel Hill when the gunman opened fire. Now, why was that State College Pittsburgh rabbi in Pittsburgh Saturday, Evan?
Well, Amanda, Rabbi Nassim Moretsky, who's the director of Penn State Chabad here, occasionally will take a trip with his family to a synagogue in Pittsburgh, which just happens to be blocks away from the Tree of Life Synagogue, also in Pittsburgh.
He heard all these sirens going by, these emergency vehicles, ambulances, and the first thought that he had was, oh, it must be like a terrorist act. It must be some like a shooting or something there. But then he was thinking, no, what do you mean? I'm not in Israel. I'm in America. I'm in Pittsburgh. And these things don't happen. But then he found out soon afterwards what had actually happened.
Rabbi Nassim Moretsky describes what an Israeli friend saw in the Squirrel Hill neighborhood Saturday morning. There was an active shooter at the Tree of Life Synagogue just blocks away.
He announced that the synagogue we were in was in lockdown. The whole congregation I was there with all stopped and said chapter 20 in Psalms.
A prayer of sanctuary from violence. The shooting happened during the Shabbat, a Jewish day of rest when all other worries are supposed to be forgotten.
It's an island in time to have this happen on a Shabbat. And to have that peace shattered and have that tranquility shattered is such a horrific thing. I mean, these people were having actually a baby naming, a bris, a baby naming there in the synagogue, celebrating a new life coming into the world, on this day of tranquility, on this day of rest, and then to have that completely, horrifically shattered.
Inside Rabbi Moretsky's synagogue, there was uncertainty.
We had no idea what was going on, if he was going to, try to escape and go to a different synagogue.
Still, Moretsky continued praying, and by the end of their service discovered the gunman surrendered. Afterward, he only sees one way of moving forward.
We counter with light. Of course, here was an extreme case of hate and of darkness. But the Jewish response has always been one of light and to add in light.
Light that looks to burn stronger than any hate this world can produce. And tonight at 7, there will be a vigil out in front of Old Main at Penn State, honoring all of those who tragically lost their lives in the Squirrel Hill neighborhood in Pittsburgh. And we'll have coverage of that vigil later on this evening at WTAJ News at 11. Reporting live from State College, Evan Hinckley, WTAJ News.